No, it wasn't. Sean and I became very close, and seeing what Sean went through as a Muslim American, he's from Iran, he's Persian. It really did instigate some heat in me towards our country and what we were doing to people for no reason. Now, my family is Italian, but we were immigrants in this country not very long ago, 60, 70 years ago. My family came here after World War II. And so they weren't exactly welcomed with open arms. So coming from an immigrant family, seeing what Sean had went through, and then living the gimmick and actually experiencing some of this myself, it really wasn't hard to get into character. That was probably the easiest thing for me to do, was become angry and get into character. And I did. I think I got used to it pretty quickly, and eventually I embraced it, and I embraced the heat because it was good heat. It was strong heat. And I knew that he was giving me paychecks, but I actually believed in what we were doing, and I believed in our message and what we were saying, and that is, we are treating people differently in this country for actions that they did not commit, and for reasons that don't make sense and that don't go along with what this country was founded on. So, I mean, it's hard to get used to being hated, but most of the time it was a good hatred. It was a playful hatred, and sometimes it did get serious, and so you learn to deal with that as well.
Now, when you first get called up, obviously, you're doing some house shows and things like that, Maven and different guys. But when you really get first put on TV, I mean, it's almost like a skyrocket a little bit because, first interaction was with on Raw with Mick Foley, and you're on TV, you kind of get this push. Were you surprised at kind of like being thrust right into the limelight right away, getting a big opportunity?
A little bit, but I think at the time I didn't really look at it that way. At the time, it was day to day, it was survival, and of course, it was thrill. Mick Foley, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, Mick Foley, The Rock, Steve Austin, those were guys that got me into wrestling. It was watching them that made me think, man, this is amazing. I want to do this. So I was very aware that we were getting a push, and I could sense that this was a bigger push than most guys who come up first get. Not all. I mean, some guys get incredible pushes when they first come in and have a lot of success. I think there was some anxiety about how long the push would last, but at the same time, with Sean and I, it was day to day. It was trying to do our jobs and do it well, and it was trying to see what they threw at us next and try to adjust to it and do it. Like I said, do it good, do it well.
And we've had on Sean in the past, and we kind of asked him, and I'd love to get your opinion on this as well. It's when you put two guys together that may not know each other in OVW or may not know each other from the past, you never quite know the chemistry you're going to get from the guys. Did you like the pairing at first? Like, did you think like this is really going to work out well? We're going to have great chemistry together, or were you unsure of kind of the chemistry you two were going to have together?
I don't know. What did Sean say? No, I'm just kidding. No, I like Sean right away. I think when they first gave me that character, I can still remember being in practice in OVW. At the time, we had a mixture of WWE talent as well as some talent that wasn't WWE, that was hopefuls, as I was not too long before that, and cutting promos and trying to get into that character and trying to work with Sean. I never had any qualms about being with Sean. I saw it as a tremendous opportunity. And then once I got to know Sean, I felt very blessed to have him in my corner. And I think Sean still is an amazing worker and amazing talent in the business. He's incredibly underrated. But it's hard to remember what my first impressions were, other than he's little and dark and he kind of looks like me.